But we've got to talk about this. We've actually got to talk about this. We have got to talk about Bree Turner. Like, Bree Turner legitimately is the worst player in the WNBA. And Stephanie White tactically chose to play her. Not for any other reason. Tactically. And by the way, Bree Turner, again, let's not forget, Bree Turner had an open layup. An open layup to make it an 8-point game with 2:34 to go. And like that, it's a 3-point game. Bree Turner, Caitlin Clark makes a unbelievable read out of a pick and roll. Bree Turner drives, cuts to the basket for the only time she actually rolled in the entire game. She passed up an open layup. And then it was like the Matisse Thybulle thing when Ben Simmons passing. It's like, oh God, no. And from that point on, it's like, it is what it is. But like everybody saying like, oh, Bree Turner had to have been good in the past. And you know what? Like, she at least used to be able to play defense. But lads, I kid you not, Bree Turner played for the tanking Chicago Sky last year. The tanking Sky, and averaged 1 point per game. She played on a tanking team and averaged 1 point per game. Since 2022, she has averaged 3.5. She started 33 games for the worst Phoenix Mercury team in the league and averaged 3.5 points in 26 minutes per game. 3.5 points. 3.5. Doesn't even block shots anymore. Why is she on the team? Yes, she did also miss a layup earlier in the game by hitting the bottom of the rim. She also hit the bottom rim in a layup, and the layup she made was like, you know when people that have never played basketball before, when they kind of get the ball and they kind of just catch it and they're scared and just toss it up? She like tossed up with a foot away from the basket. She like tossed it up, hit the front of the rim and like rolled over. She literally looks like somebody who took up playing basketball last week. If you watch her on the floor, she looks like somebody that only started playing basketball last week. And it's not like she's 6'8". It's not like she's this physical presence. It's not like she's this shot blocker. She doesn't do anything. And that's the thing. That's the thing with Bree Turner is she unable to be on the floor? Like, or is she unable to be fired? Are they unable to fire Bree Turner? Like, is that it? Like, is it impossible for the Indiana Fever to fire Bree Turner? Is it some clause in the contract that if you are on the WNBPA, you have to be on a roster? Because there was no reason for the Sky not to have cut her last year. There was actually no reason for the Sky not to have cut her last year. And there was even less reason for the Fever not to have cut her. If the Fever cut her, they could have had Ari McDonald for that game. Am I right in saying that? Maybe not. Yeah, they could have. No, they could have Ari McDonald for tomorrow's game. They could have had Ari McDonald for tomorrow's game if they just cut her. That's all they had to do. Was cut her, and Ari McDonald could have been there. If people are wondering why Ari McDonald can't come for another couple of weeks, it's because Bree Turner's there. And if you want to say, oh, but like, what about when Dantas leaves? I don't care. Literally, bring Breanna January out of retirement and play her at center. I don't care. Play Kelsey Mitchell at center. Go small ball. Let Caitlin get bullied at center. I actually don't care. I think it is a legitimately better option. If you can allow Caitlin Clark play center. It's not a worse option. And no, I'm not saying Caitlin Clark is a center. 4 people are saying that. I'm saying it cannot be worse. It cannot get worse than this. I'm saying this entire situation cannot get worse than this. Like, she doesn't know how to play basketball. And the Fever just won't get rid of her. We need to know. And by the way, this is the layup she scored. This is the layup she scored. She has an open layup, and this is what she does. Like, come on. Come on now. You can't tell me that doesn't look like a layup from someone who started playing basketball last week. You can't tell me that. Like, and that's not what that was. And we were bamboozled. Do we not remember those videos that the Fever created? And they're like, is great at running the floor in transition. Is this elite shot blocking defender? Man, she doesn't do anything. She's on a non-guaranteed contract. You can literally replace her with anybody. You can replace her with anybody. It doesn't matter. Like, there's no one is worse. And people are like, oh, who would you replace her with? Anyone is the answer. Anyone. Like, what's her name? You know what you call it? The Lynx just spawned Kliandakova. And I mean this. How bad is Michaela Timpson? Can Michaela Timpson play basketball? Like, Michaela Timpson has not missed a shot on the year. She has the highest rebounding rate of the season, albeit in limited minutes. At least give her a chance. There is literally no excuse. There is no way that she is worse than Bree Turner. Like, it's not, first of all, it's not possible. It is not possible. It is absolutely not possible that she's worse. But we're now looking at a situation where people are like, oh, you know, when Dantas is gone, so they need Bree Turner. And there is no question that the answer is Bree Turner. I mean this. No matter what the question is, no matter what the problem is, no matter Timpson would have been cooked by AJ, so was Bree Turner. So was Bree Turner. But like, no matter what, we have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. Like, Bree Turner, there's no question where the answer is Bree Turner. There is no problem where the answer is Bree Turner. There's none. There is none. So people got to keep saying, oh, Bree Turner is the only player they have. Get rid of Bree Turner and find a better center. They're out there. Again, the Lynx spawned Kliandakova. They could have traded for Leah Rue. They could have traded Bree Turner in a second for Leah Rue. They could have got Leah Rue for a second round pick. They could have. I don't think Leah Rue is that good. But they could have just done that. They could have just done that. They could have made a very easy trade to get Leah Rue, who's a much better player than but again, Leah Rue wouldn't have been happy about the minutes. Bree Turner leads the team in defensive rating. I don't care. She hasn't played enough minutes. There's like, I don't care about these advanced stats. I'm watching the games. I actually don't care about advanced stats. I don't care about advanced stats. But Timpson, my next Grace Burger. Timpson can't be worse. Timpson can't be worse. And like, there's no way Dantas could be worse. They have no problem putting Dantas on. They have absolutely no problem putting Dantas on Stewie, but they're not going to put Dantas on Aja because Dantas can make a layup. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. It makes absolutely no sense.